Now, a few more things to do with percent. Let's say I have a class of 20 students, and 7 of those students made A's on my quiz. Ooh, that's way too many. I can't let that happen. But 7 people out of 20 made A's. Well, what percent of my class made A's? We've already done this. 7/20. Okay, take 7 divided by 20. And the answer is 0.35. 0.35 is the decimal equivalent to 7/20. Well, now let's convert that into a percentage. You move the dot 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So dot ends up right there. 35% of the class made A's. That's all you're doing. Or let's try something more medically related. Let's say your patient has a 180 ounce glass of Ensure, and she drank only 40 ounces of that. She drank 40 ounces out of the 180 she's supposed to. What percent of her Ensure has she consumed? What's 40 over 180? Well, you just do the fraction. 40 divided by 40, I can do this, divided by 180, maybe I can. Y is 0.22222. Okay, got stuck there. 0.22222. Is that right? That looks kind of squirrely. Okay, but now let's convert this into a percent. Round it off what? Nearest whole number as a percent. Nearest whole number, move it 2 places. And the answer is 22. 22%. If I had asked you to round off to the nearest percent expressed in tenths, it would have been 22.2. I hope you see what I just did there. Okay. So here's another way you can apply this. Let's try another one. Your patient has a 500 milliliter bag of IV fluid, and the patient has 350 milliliters of that fluid are already gone. What percent of that has been already given to your patient? What is 350 500ths? 350 over 500. She's used up, or whoever has used up 350 of the total of 500. So express that as a percent. What percent of that IV fluid is gone? You take 350, you divide it by 500, and the answer is 0.7. 0.7. Convert that to a percent by moving the decimal 2 places that away. 1, 2, put the 0 in place, put the dot there, and the answer is the patient has used up 70% of that IV fluid. That's all you're doing here. Now, some other problems you'll see is a similar thing using percentages, but a word problem, sort of like this. What is, let's try a real simple one first. What is 50% of 40? Think, well, 50% is half, isn't it? Yeah, most of the time, at least in Texas. 50% of 40, that must be 20. But let's show you mathematically how to do that. In case it doesn't jump out at you, that of means I multiply. So when you have a problem like this, I know this is simple, but let's start with the simple ones and get a little harder. 50%. Well, let's convert that first into a decimal number. If I convert 50% into a decimal, the dot, of course, starts there, goes back 2 places, the dot ends up there. So that is 0.5. That's the decimal equivalent to 50%. I then multiply that by 40. Without even using the calculator, I can do this one in my head. 0.5 times 40 is 20. So there, 50% of 40 is 20. Well, that's too rinky-dink. Let's do something else. What is 37% of 26. I don't know. Let's do it though. 37% of 26 is, well, convert this first into a decimal number. The dot is right there, although we don't write it there, you know it is there. Move it back and call that 0.37. Of means multiply by 26, so 0.37, and I can't do that in my head. 0.37 times 26, and it's 9.62. Well, 9.62. So 37% of 26, whether it's people or ounce or whatever it is 9.62. Now again, how far do you round this off? You'd probably be told in the homework or the quiz how far to round this off. If you were told don't round off, that's the exact answer. If you were told round off to the nearest tenth, 9.6. Realize something that people get all confused about. That is not a percent, that's just a number. Let's say you have 26 people in a classroom and 37% of them passed the class. Then 9.62 of them passed. Yeah, I've got some of those 0.62 people in class sometime, but okay, that's the answer. Or you have 26, I don't know, ounces of something, and 37% of it's gone. Well, that's how much is gone. Let's do one more to get the hang of this. What is 45% of 500? Let's say your patient has a 500 milliliter bag of IV fluid and 45% of it is gone. It's already been infused into your patient. How much is that? What is 45% of 500? 45%, the dot's there, move it back. 0.45 is the equivalent decimal number of, let's multiply. So what's 0.45 times 500? 0.45 times 500 is 225. So 225 milliliters have been used up already. That's what 45% of 500 is. So there you go. How to do all this other exciting stuff with percentages. You need some more help with this? If you do, let me know. I'll see if I can find someone to help.